Hello, I'm John Achin, and welcome back to another masterclass with me, John Achin. Today we're talking about beer glasses, and not the kind that you're thinking about. We're actually talking about actual glassware. Yeah, there you go. First up is the most ubiquitous of them all, the Shaker Pint. You may have known of this as just the pint glass, but it's actually called the Shaker Pint because it is designed to go on the top of a bar shaker to be able to make a mixed drink. That was the reason this was created. It's also a really good workhorse for the restaurant industry because it's got these very thick sidewalls. It's got a good weight to it, so it holds up well to the abuse in the restaurant without having to break a bunch of glasses. But this should not be what you want. So here's why. You want to have more of a specialty glass when you drink beer. The close cousin, or a distant relative, if you will, of the Shaker Pint is this English pub glass. The walls are thinner. It actually holds 20 ounces instead of 12. This taper here is helping with head retention, because head retention is very important, because outside of the taste of a beer, what really matters is the aromatics, or what, in addition to the taste, the aromatics. So when you drink a beer, the smell of it is adding to the experience of drinking the beer. So you want a glass that is able to retain head and help focus aromatics into your nose. So that's why if you want to drink out of a pint glass, go with this one because it's a little bit larger and helps maintain head retention. Next up this is a Chalice, or kind of somewhat of a tulip glass. It doesn't have the actual tulip shape like this one down here, but this is a good glass as well, because now what you're doing is with the stem, when you're holding it, you're not inadvertently warming the beer, because this is a beer that you don't want to warm up. This is an IPA, this is an ale, or this is something that should be enjoyed cold. So this glass is great for that. Once again, the small taper of the head is helping control head retention, as well as trapping all the aromatics down here in the larger bowl at the bottom. So next up we have the Pilsner glass, and this is a tall glass because in addition to aromatics, the appearance of the beer also adds to the experience. So those really nice straw-colored Pilsners are really shown off well in a Pilsner glass. Also, this taper is controlling head retention to lock in those aromatics, and you've got this bottom part so where you're not inadvertently warming it, because the surface area is lower, and so you're not going to be warming up your beer too much because a lot of it's up here. Next up is a Hefeweizen glass. Hefeweizens are wheat beers, so they want a lot of room to expand. They really need a good sized head on them, inch and a half on the top, really control those aromatics. Once again, surface area down at the bottom. You're not warming up the beer because the bulk of it is up here. Now I understand that if the biggest question is, do I really have to buy all this glassware? No, you don't. I think if you're going to have one glass, it is the tulip glass right here. This glass features a lot of things that are kind of built into the other glasses. You've got the stem, so if it's a beer that you don't want to warm up, like this wonderful Anthem IPA that I'm enjoying right now, I can hold it down here and not warm up the beer. But if it is a beer that I did want to warm up, like a barley wine or something like that, I can hold the glass like this to be able to warm up the beer, swirl it around, sniff the beer and stuff like that. So this is kind of a workhorse type glass, kind of all around. Also, this tulip shape is directing the beer to the proper part of your tongue that is best, has the taste buds that really are best for beer, bitterness, and all the aspects of beer. So this is a great glass. In addition, if you'll notice that this beer is maintaining a decent amount of head, even though it's it's an IPA, and so it's maintaining a good amount of head, because at the bottom of this beer is some laser etching, and that is what's called a nucleation site, which is causing the beer to continue to bubble beyond the initial pour, to maintain that head, to lock in those aromatics, so you continue to experience the beer fully while drinking it. So a couple pro tips in regards to beer. If you ever go to a restaurant and they pour you a beer in this glass and you notice on the side little patches of bubbles, that means the beer glass is not clean. It's not what is referred to as beer clean. It's most likely residue left over from the dishwasher, but it could be residue that was never even washed off from the previous user of the glass. So if you ever get a glass like that, it's going to affect the taste, and it's also not a clean glass. So I've been known, depending on how bad it is, if it's just a little spot, I usually let it go. I shouldn't, but I do. But if it's a big patch, I usually send the beer back and ask them to pour it into their glass. That's right. That leads me to the next pro tip regards to your glassware. Never put them in the dishwasher. They should always be hand washed and then air dried. So you want to get all the contaminants out of it after you use it, so that way when you pour the glass, it's completely beer clean and ready to go. So avoid the dishwasher, because you'll notice these glasses, have they're very clear and they're able to see through because they don't have a lot of film and stuff left over them from the dishwasher. So really important to not put them in the dishwasher. So there you go, a little bit on beer glasses. Thanks for watching. Please comment below. There's also some social media links below. And this video was a suggestion from a viewer to this channel, and so I would love your suggestions for ideas for future masterclasses. So feel free to comment on that below. Give me some ideas, and we'll make them happen. So until next time, well, I'll see you next time. What time is it? Oh wow, it's 10:30 in the morning. Is it too early for this? I am drinking out of a tulip glass. Aren't those from Dutch? Aren't those Dutch? We'll just use their time zone. We're good. We're good. Is that a wrap? All right. Thanks.